I shall share with you 6 words that contain within them the absolute power to transform your world and attract unlimited abundance into your life. These are not mere words, they are the very seeds of creation, the living power of God in expression. The 6 words are, I am the source of all abundance. Now you might be thinking these are simple words, but I tell you with absolute conviction that within these 6 words lies the secret of all creation, all manifestation, all abundance. For you see, these words contain the 2 most powerful words in all of Scripture. I am, followed by the recognition of your true nature as the source of all abundance. Let me share with you why these 6 words hold such tremendous power. First, you must understand that your I am is God. This is not blasphemy. This is the deepest truth of Scripture. When Moses asked God his name, God replied, I am that I am. This I am is your true identity, your divine nature, your real self. When you speak these 6 words, I am the source of all abundance, you are not making an affirmation. You are making a recognition. You are acknowledging your true identity as the creator of your world. For you see, abundance doesn't come to you. It comes through you. You are its source. Many of you come to me saying, Neville, I've tried affirmations before, and they don't work. But I tell you now, these 6 words are not an affirmation. They are a statement of absolute truth. They are a recognition of who you really are. And when spoken with understanding and feeling, they must produce results. Let me explain why these particular 6 words are so powerful. The words I am contain within them all the creative power in the universe. Whatever follows your am, you become. Therefore, when you say, I am the source of all abundance, you are literally becoming the source of all abundance in your experience. Consider this. Everything in your world is yourself pushed out. Every dollar in your bank account, every opportunity that comes your way, every abundant circumstance in your life, all of it is yourself pushed out. Therefore, when you declare, I am the source of all abundance, you are acknowledging this fundamental truth. Now, here's what's fascinating about these 6 words. They must be spoken with feeling, not with emotion, but with the feeling of naturalness. When you speak these words, you must feel that they are true. Not that they will be true someday, but that they are true right now. Let me give you a perfect example from Scripture. When Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, he wasn't making an affirmation. He was stating a fact. He was acknowledging his true identity. And this is exactly how you must speak these 6 words. Many of you might be thinking, but Neville, how can I be the source of all abundance when my current circumstances show lack? Let me tell you something. Your circumstances are only showing you your past beliefs pushed out. They have no power over your I am unless you give them that power. When you speak these 6 words, I am the source of all abundance, you are literally recreating your world. For your world must conform to your I am statements. It has no choice. It is law. Let me share with you how to properly use these 6 words. First, you must speak them to yourself immediately upon waking. Before you engage with the world, before you check your phone, before you begin your day, declare with complete conviction, I am the source of all abundance. But and this is crucial, you must feel the truth of these words as you speak them. Feel what it feels like to be the source of all abundance. Feel the naturalness of it. Feel the reality of it. For feeling is the secret. And without the feeling, the words are empty. Throughout your day, whenever you encounter any appearance of lack or limitation, immediately speak these 6 words to yourself. Not as a denial of the appearance, but as a reminder of your true identity. For you see, lack and limitation have no power in the presence of these 6 words when properly understood and felt. Consider this. Every wealthy person you admire, every successful person you respect, every abundant circumstance you desire, all of it is yourself pushed out. Therefore, when you declare, I am the source of all abundance. You are acknowledging your true relationship to all abundance. Let me share with you a principle that I have tested and proven countless times. What you acknowledge yourself to be, you become. Therefore, when you acknowledge yourself as the source of all abundance by speaking these 6 words, you must become that in your experience. Many of you make the mistake of looking for abundance outside yourself. You look to your job, but I tell you now, abundance can only come through you because you are its source. These 6 words acknowledge this truth. When you go to sleep at night, let these 6 words be the last thing in your consciousness. Feel what it feels like to be the source of all abundance. Let this feeling saturate your consciousness as you drift off to sleep. For the feeling you fall asleep with tends to clothe itself in form. Let me share with you another principle. Your consciousness is the only reality. Therefore, when you fill your consciousness with these 6 words and their true meaning, you are literally creating an abundant reality. Many of you may be wondering how long it will take to see results from speaking these 6 words. Let me tell you, the results are instant in consciousness. The outer manifestation will follow according to the naturalness of the way. But the change in consciousness is immediate when these words are properly understood and felt. Consider this: every time you speak these 6 words with understanding and feeling, you are literally restructuring your entire universe. For your universe is your consciousness pushed out, and these words, when properly understood, completely transform your consciousness. Let me share with you how to maintain the consciousness of these 6 words throughout your day. Whenever you handle money, whenever you engage in business, whenever you think about finances, immediately remind yourself, I am the source of all abundance. But remember, these words must never become mechanical. They must always be spoken with understanding and feeling, for it is the understanding and feeling that gives them power, not the mere repetition of the words. Many of you may be thinking, but never, what about my current bills, my current debts, my current financial obligations? Let me tell you something. When you truly know yourself as the source of abundance, these things are transformed, for they must conform to your new consciousness. Let me share with you another principle. What you consciously assume, you must become. Therefore, when you consciously assume the truth of these 6 words, I am the source of all abundance, you must become that in your experience. Consider this: every wealthy person you've ever known, every successful person you've ever met, every abundant circumstance you've ever witnessed, all of it came from consciousness. And these 6 words, when properly understood and felt, create the consciousness of unlimited abundance. Let me share with you how to handle doubt when it arises, and it will arise. When doubt appears in your mind, do not fight it. Instead, gently but firmly remind yourself, I am the source of all abundance. Feel the truth of these words. Feel the reality of them. Feel the naturalness of them. Many of you make the mistake of trying to convince yourself of these words. But I tell you now, you do not need to convince yourself of what is already true. You only need to recognize it, acknowledge it, and feel it. When you speak these 6 words, I am the source of all abundance, you are not trying to make something true. You are acknowledging what is already true. For you see, you are already the source of all abundance. You just haven't recognized it yet. Let me share with you another principle. Your outer world must conform to your inner conversations. Therefore, when you make these 6 words your constant inner conversation, your outer world must become abundant. Consider this: every dollar that exists in the world, every opportunity that presents itself, every abundant circumstance that appears, all of it is consciousness made visible. And these 6 words, when properly understood and felt, create the consciousness of unlimited abundance. Many of you may be wondering what to do if you don't see immediate results from speaking these 6 words. Let me tell you, continue speaking them with understanding and feeling. For the law is absolute. What you consciously assume, you must become. Let me share with you how to make these 6 words more powerful with each passing day. Every time you speak them, Deepen your understanding of their meaning. Feel more deeply the truth they contain. Let them become more and more natural to you. Consider this: every time you speak these 6 words with understanding and feeling, you are literally recreating your entire financial world. For your financial world is nothing more than your consciousness of abundance pushed out. Let me share with you another principle. What you feel real is real in effect. Therefore, when you make these 6 words feel real to you, they must become real in your experience. Many of you may be thinking, but Neville, these are just words. Let me tell you something: there is no such thing as just words. Words are the instruments of creation. And these 6 words, when properly understood and felt, are the most powerful creative instrument you can use. Let me share with you how to use these 6 words in specific situations. When you receive a bill, speak these words. When you check your bank balance, speak these words. When you think about your financial future, speak these words. But remember, you must always speak them with understanding and feeling, for it is the understanding and feeling that gives them power, not the mere repetition of the words. Consider this: every abundant circumstance you desire already exists in consciousness. And these 6 words, when properly understood and felt, align you with that consciousness. Let me share with you another principle. What you declare yourself to be, you must become. Therefore, when you declare, "I am the source of all abundance," you must become that in your experience. Many of you may be wondering how these 6 words can possibly transform your financial world. Let me tell you, they transform your consciousness, and your consciousness transforms your world. Let me share with you how to make these 6 words your constant companion. Write them where you can see them. Speak them whenever you think of them. Feel their truth whenever you remember them. Consider this: every time you speak these 6 words with understanding and feeling, you are literally rearranging the entire universe according to your new consciousness of abundance. Let me share with you another principle. Your consciousness is the only reality. Therefore, when you fill your consciousness with these 6 words and their meaning, you are literally creating an abundant reality. Many of you may be thinking, but Neville, what about the economy? What about the market conditions? What about the external circumstances? Let me tell you something: none of these things have power over your consciousness unless you give them that power. Let me share with you how to maintain the power of these 6 words even in the face of contradictory circumstances. Remember, circumstances are only showing you your past consciousness pushed out. Your new consciousness, created by these 6 words, will create new circumstances. Consider this: every time you speak these 6 words with understanding and feeling, you are literally recreating your entire relationship with abundance. Let me share with you another principle. What you claim yourself to be, you must become. Therefore, when you claim, "I am the source of all abundance," you must become that in your experience. And that, my dear friends, is the power of these 6 words. Not because they are magical, but because they acknowledge the truth of who you really are. Not because they are affirmations, but because they are recognition. Remember this: you are the source of all abundance. These 6 words only acknowledge this truth. Therefore, speak them daily, speak them with understanding, speak them with feeling, and watch your world transform. So what will you do with these 6 words? Will you continue to seek abundance outside yourself? Or will you acknowledge yourself as its source by speaking these words with understanding and feeling? The choice is yours, but the law is absolute. What you consciously assume, you must become. Therefore, assume the truth of these 6 words: "I am the source of all abundance," and watch your world transform. Let me share with you an even deeper truth about these 6 words: "I am the source of all abundance." They contain within them the complete understanding of the 3 great secrets of manifestation: identification, externalization, and persistence. First, there is identification. When you speak these words, you are identifying yourself with the very source of abundance, not with the effects of abundance, but with its cause. This is crucial, my dear friends, For most people identify themselves with the effects, their current bank balance, their current circumstances, their current limitations. But these 6 words identify you with the cause of all abundance. Consider what this means. Every time you speak these words with understanding, you are literally shifting your identity from one who receives abundance to one who creates abundance. This is not a small shift. It is a complete transformation of consciousness. Let me share with you how this identification works at the deepest level. When you say I am, you are using the divine name. And when you follow it with the source of all abundance, you are completing that divine name with your highest understanding of your true nature. Many of you may be thinking, but Neville is just presumptuous. Let me tell you something that my teacher Abdullah taught me years ago. He said, Neville, you cannot presume what you already are. You can only acknowledge it or deny it. Let me share with you the second great secret contained in these 6 words, externalization. You see, when you declare, I am the source of all abundance, you are not just making an internal statement. You are setting in motion the law of externalization, whereby your consciousness must project itself into your world. Think about this carefully, my dear friends. Every single object in your world, every circumstance, every dollar in your bank account, all of it is your consciousness externalized. Therefore, when you fill your consciousness with these 6 words, properly understood and felt, you are literally recreating your entire external world. Many of you struggle with this concept because you think externalization takes time. But I tell you now, it is instantaneous in consciousness. The outer manifestation appears to take time only because of our attachment to what we call natural law. But I tell you, the only law is consciousness. Consider the story of the fig tree in Scripture. When Jesus spoke to it, it appeared unchanged in the moment. But by the next day, it had withered from the roots. This is how externalization works. It begins instantly in invisible realm of consciousness and then works its way into visible manifestation. Let me share with you how this principle of externalization works with these 6 words. When you say, I am the source of all abundance, you are not trying to change anything in the outer world. You are establishing a new truth in consciousness. And once established in consciousness, it must externalize itself. This is where most people make a crucial mistake. They speak words trying to change their outer world directly. But I tell you now, you cannot change the outer world directly. You can only change consciousness. And consciousness will change your world. Let me give you a deeper understanding of how this works. When you speak these 6 words, I am the source of all abundance, you are literally planting a seed in the garden of your mind. And just as a physical seed contains within it everything necessary to produce its fruit, these 6 words contain within them everything necessary to produce abundance. But, and this is crucial, you must allow this seed to take root in consciousness. You must water it with understanding and nourish it with feeling. For feeling, my dear friends, is the fertilizer of manifestation. Many of you come to me asking, Neville, how long must I speak these words before I see results? And I tell you now, the results are instant in consciousness. The moment you speak these words with true understanding and genuine feeling, the transformation begins. Let me share with you the third great secret contained in these 6 words, persistence. Now, when I speak of persistence, I am not speaking of mechanical repetition. I am speaking of persistent identification with the truth these words contain. Consider this. Every great oak tree was once a tiny acorn. But that acorn didn't become an oak tree by wishing or hoping or even by positive thinking. It became an oak tree by persistently being what it was, the source of an oak tree. This is exactly how these 6 words work. When you say, I am the source of all abundance, you are not trying to become something you are not. You are persistently identifying with what you already are. Let me share with you something profound about persistence. Most people think persistence means repeating words over and over, but true persistence is about maintaining a state of consciousness. When you speak these 6 words with understanding and feeling, you are entering a state of consciousness. Your task is to persist in that state. Many of you may be wondering how to persist in this state when your outer world shows no immediate change. Let me tell you something, your outer world has no choice but to change when you persist in the proper state of consciousness. It is law. Consider the story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. For 6 days, nothing appeared to change, but they persisted in their consciousness of victory. On the 7th day, the walls fell. This is how persistence works. You maintain the consciousness until the outer world conforms to it. Let me share with you a deeper principle about these 6 words. They are not just words. They are a complete statement of truth about your relationship with abundance. When you say, I am the source of all abundance, you are acknowledging your true position in the universe. Think about this carefully. Most people see themselves as recipients of abundance. They think abundance comes to them from some external source. But these 6 words completely reverse that perspective. They acknowledge you as the source. That's the message I want to leave with you tonight. Not because it's easy, but because it's true. Not because it's simple, but because it's powerful. Not because it's what you expected to hear, but because it's what you needed to hear. Remember, these 6 words will transform your world when properly understood and felt, every single time. And isn't that worth thinking about?